Okay, so to start it out, we will go through the sequence of play for each one of the action rounds. Sorry, starting with increasing the DEFCON status, but it obviously hasn't gone down since we just started. Basically, at the beginning of each round here, it'll move back up one place if it is moved down. If anyone ever causes it to move to nuclear war, that player loses. The other ways to win, of course, are to have control over Europe, which means that you have the battleground countries and the regular countries. You control the most, and your opponent, I think, has nothing for control purposes, and control more countries and all battleground countries. Okay, that's what it is. If you ever manage that with Europe and then the Europe scoring card is played, you win, or if you make it to 20 points. Now, part of what makes this a Twilight struggle is that when the USSR scores points, the track will move this way, and when the US scores points, it will actually increment it back before going positive. So we will literally be struggling over the points. So, the first thing we do then, the DEFCON status, but that doesn't change. We already dealt ourselves our cards. So we go to the headline phase. This is where we each simultaneously choose a card to lay down, then we reveal them, resolving the USSR player's card first. Okay, so we've each chosen our headline card there. We can go ahead and reveal them. I have the 5-year plan, and he has Red Scare Purge. So what are you doing, USSR?
So mine will reduce all the values of your operation cards by 1 for the rest of this
turn. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to stay out for just a little bit. And while it does, I'm not going to get the operations points off of a card, this number here, that I normally would. And that number is going to be important for a variety of things. The only thing I can do with the card that doesn't involve that number is the event itself, if it's a friendly or neutral event. The blue star indicating it's US, the half and half star that it's neutral, and a red star would mean Russian or USSR. So mine, the 5-year plan, makes the USSR player randomly discard 1 card. If that card is a US associated event, the event occurs immediately. If the card is a USSR associated event, or an event applicable to both players, then the card must be discarded without triggering the event. So, I'm hoping it'll be one of mine, but even if it's not, I put him down a card. It's not. Ah, okay, well that's still not a pleasant card that I got rid of. So, there goes our headlines. So mine just goes into the discard there. Now, starting with the USSR player, we will each play a card either for its operations value or for its event. And if we play it for operations and it's associated with the other side, the event happens anyway. So,
I'm going to play the Olympic Games. I sponsor the Olympics, and the opponent can either play or not play. If they do play, we roll the dice with me adding 2 to my roll. The person with the highest roll gets 2 victory points. You re-roll ties, and if he chooses not to play, then we move the DEFCON down a level, and I can conduct operations as if I played a 4-point operation card.
I'll go with the roll. Dope. I can't win. Meow, meow. Okay. My card will be... Yeah, I'm going to start with the US-Japan Mutual Defense Pact, and I'm going to go ahead and play that as its event. I gain sufficient influence in Japan for control, And the USSR may no longer make coup or realignment attempts in Japan. So I've got a pretty solid foothold over there off that card.
There's a token for that.
Yeah, I just like to keep the card out.
Okay.
Makes an obvious reminder. Now, that's the end of round 1 there. So we'll flip the token onto the next space. So as you can see, the US now starts the round. So I'm going to play a second card.
Oh, we
Wait.
need to degrade. Oh wait, no, you played, didn't you? Never mind.
That's correct. Eek. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play UN intervention on this Warsaw Pact formed. So I get to discard this without effect, and I get to use its operations value. So it was a 3. I'm -1 because of Red Scare Purge, so I get 2. And I think I would like to, ooh, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I want to put 2 points of influence in Libya. Gain control.
You're not connected to Libya.
Oh snap, you're right.
You could do it to Egypt, though.
Yeah. Whoopsie doodle.
So I'm going to go ahead and play this for the op points, but because it's the opponent's card, the event happens anyways. This is the Formosan Resolution. It allows Taiwan to be treated as a battleground country for scoring purposes if the U.S. controls Taiwan when the Asia scoring card is played or during the final scoring. So,
Oh, and the underlined cards stay in play. Okay, so you get 2 op points.
Well, technically they have a token that comes out and they're removed
Yeah,
from
yeah.
play.
Card doesn't go back in the deck.
and what I'm going to do with my influence point, I'm going to place influence with mine. Let's see, where can I place influence at? All sorts of places. I'm going to start here in Afghanistan.
Ooh. Afghanistan. Alright, so that's the end of round 2. So we'll flip it over on 3. So that's another USSR card to be played. Oh, and in the early war, we're going to do 6 rounds. You can see up here we're in the early war. In the mid-war, we'll do 7. And the late war will also be 7. You can get 8 action rounds if you make it all the way to the end of the space race track there.
So, I want to use this card for operations points, but it's one of your cards and the event can't happen yet. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's, if it can't happen yet, then I don't think the event happens, is how I recall that
You
working.
mean can't happen?
It has to be done after another event.
Oh yeah, then it won't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I still get the operations
Yes.
points?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to play the NATO card, which gives me 4 operations points, and it does a bunch of stuff, but only after the Marshall Plan or Warsaw Pact has been played.
Neither of which have been played.
So I've got 4 operations points. I'm going to use use 2 of them to gain control of Iraq. And then I'm going to use 2 of them to gain control in Pakistan.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's see. I think... I think this is a tough choice, is what I think. Okay, I think that I will, oh, right, sure. Oh yeah, no, we don't put the token yet, because it's still, okay. So, ugh, that red scare thing is not good. Not good. Okay, I got a plan now. I'm going to play De-Stalinization for its op points, which will trigger his event. Oh, sorry. But I get my 2 operations points, one of which I will put in Iran, and the other in Lebanon. Okay, then your event triggers.
Do I want to relocate any points?
I don't know. Do you?
Non-US controlled countries.
So,
Yeah, I'm going to say no, I'm not going to relocate any points right now.
okay, it's removed from the game. So then, we flip the token, if you wouldn't mind, the round indicator. Starts with the US. And I'm going to go ahead and play Middle East scoring.
I figured you might.
You figured I might, correctly. You do have presence, but I have domination because I control more battleground countries and
More countries and more battleground countries, which you have both of.
Yes. More countries in general and more battleground countries. So, which would make 5 points for me, 3 for you. So
battleground countries count towards the more countries?
The more countries? Yeah, I believe so, but let's check that real quick.
Because they separate the 2 so often.
Scoring and victory. Yeah, because battlegrounds are countries, but countries are not battlegrounds. I believe.
Yeah.
Blah blah. For region control, so more countries, and it controls more battlegrounds. So I must control at least one non-battleground country and one battleground country in a region in order to achieve domination.
Well, sounds like it to me. So you gain 5 and I gain 3, so we move to 0.
Oh, and +1 for each battleground country you control.
Okay, so I get 1 and you get 2, 3. No, 2.
2. Okay, so that takes care of the scoring card. So now it is your turn, and that goes in the discard.
I'm going to play this for the ops, and since it's your card, you now add 1 to the value of your ops cards, canceling the 2 out.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Mighty decent of you.
I know, right? That gives me 3 op points.
You commies are all right.
Alright. I gain control of India with those 3 points, and that's removed from the game.
Okay.
May as well remove that because they cancel each other out.
Right. So, don't forget to flip the Kajigger.
Right.
And now it's your
That's
round
me again.
5 card.
And now I'm going to play
Score
Asia
Asia.
Scoring.
I wanted to do something about it so badly.
So I control 2 battlegrounds, you control 1, and I control 3 countries and you control 1, so you have a presence, but I have domination.
Oh, and your domination's much more valuable, it turns out. So, let's see, I have 4 points versus your 9 points, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Domination is 7.
Right, plus 2 battlegrounds.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't argue with me. Okay, so there's the scoring. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start with captured Nazi scientists for the event, which will let me, without having to roll or anything, move up to the first space of the space race track, for which I score 2 points. 1 and 2.
Oh, man.
And then, go ahead and flip the Kajigger. For my second card,
I thought it was 5, I guess not. Oh yeah, because you made me discard a card.
Right. And so, I'm going to go ahead and discard this to try another space race. So I got to roll 1 to 4.
2 influence in Vietnam, which is right
Wait,
there.
he's discarding it.
Yeah.
He's not
yes,
playing
What
it.
you're doing, never mind. Okay.
Discard.
Yeah. So that doesn't... Yeah.
Oh, and see, hold on. Give me the card back. It says 2 ops, roll 1 to 4. That means discard a card with at least 2 operations points to roll this dice, and if it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, I get to advance on the space race track. Otherwise, nothing happens. Woo! Bam. So now, since I'm the only player who has reached this section, I have unlocked the ability that I can discard for the space race twice in a turn, which is our series of 6 rounds. Okay, what's your final card for the round?
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to discard and attempt to do
He's
my
got to
first
try and
space
get
race.
a 1 to 3, though. Much more difficult.
Much more difficult.
So challenge. Haha! You have failed, communist! The United States owns the stars. And, like, probably some meteors and stuff, too. We own lots of things. And they're in space. And we're going to find oil on them. And then we'll make more cars and stuff. So shut up. Okay, so now we have concluded the very first turn. And the points aren't going to change because neither one of us got the 5 required military operations, since DEF CON is at 5. So we each lose 5 points, which means the score marker does not move. So, now we're going to go ahead and each get new cards.
Now we're gonna move the turn track.
Yep. So we're now in the second stage of the early war. And we're gonna go ahead and start with the DEF CON phase improving, which, doesn't matter because it didn't move. Then we got our headline phase once again. Oh, snap. Yeah, I gotta do that. Or do I? Yeah. That's just too brutal. Come on, Pinko. It's a card choosing time.
Yes, I know.
Did you? Did you know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know you guys still got the news. What with your mile-long lines for rutabagas?
Don't diss the rutabagas, they're delicious.
I'm not arguing that, but you shouldn't have to wait for rutabagas. It's un-American.
You're right.
Okay, headlines.
Marshall Plan.
Doesn't he go first?
Yes.
The ComCon.
Alright, so what are we doing for your...
Add 1 influence to each of 4 non-US controlled countries in Eastern Europe.
Wow, that's ironic. Did you read mine?
Yes,
Add 1 U.S. influence in each of 7 non-USSR controlled Western European countries.
Oh, sure, you get 7.
Yeah, they're not nice to the USSR player.
Oh,
No.
shut up.
Who
Your cards
said
are
that the-
so much better, and you know it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Add 1 there.
I don't know why Turkey and Greece are considered Western European.
Shut up. Don't argue with the map. Alrighty.
Wait, those
Oh
are
my
both.
Wait, that one's
Sweden's
west.
too dark.
Yeah, you're right. Sweden's too dark. That, Yugoslavia.
Hungary and Bulgaria is also open.
I'm gonna add 1 to Finland.
Didn't you already have?
There was 1
Oh,
there. I'm
okay.
adding
There's
1.
okay.
Done?
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see. 1, 2. I hate putting points because I know what's going to happen. 3, 4.
Wrong side.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. 5. 6. I'm gonna upgrade you to 5. Okay.
Why are you upgrading something you already control?
For protection.
Oh.
I know what that red jerk is planning.
Well, you do you? The Kaiser has plans for you.
Okay. What's it gonna be? Kaiser Wilhelm? Who, FYI, the USSR would have opposed. Had they existed at the time.
I will play the Suez Crisis. I remove a total of 4 U.S. influence from France, United States, and Israel.
United Kingdom.
Oh, whoops. United Kingdom.
Okay.
No more than 2 per country. So we'll start with the UK by dropping that down to a 3.
It's 7.
Oh. Okay.
And then, let's see, it was France and Israel. You don't have any in France, but you do have some in Israel.
Huh. So you only get to remove 3.
Yep.
It's better than none.
Poor timing. Poor. Well, while we're copies each other, I'm going to respond with Eastern European unrest. Remove 1 USSR influence from 3 countries in Eastern Europe.
That's just me.
Rude.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and drop down every one of your controlling countries. Sorry, Eric.
That's not very nice.
So go ahead and put lowercase 2s on each of those. And you know what? For my second card, it ain't
Let me
gonna
guess.
get any
You're
better
gonna score.
scoring. Oh, burn. You don't even have presents.
Who's got presents?
Oh, really? Where's
you
his
have to
controlled
control a
country?
country?
Yes, you have to
Oh.
have at least 1 country controlled for presents.
Yeah.
And he ain't got
What was the
Romania.
other one you removed?
Okay, so that's a 7-point domination with only 1 battleground, unfortunately. So 8 points, but
Ouch.
unopposed 8 points.
Ouch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bang!
Well, sir, that was a good play.
That was a very good play.
Boy, that really lined up nicely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a good portion of this game is opportunism. Things it's just
Take
like,
it when you can.
ooh, my goodness. If I do this and then this, bang! I could have held out and tried, for control or something, but it just wasn't going to happen at this point. There was no way I was going to snag all the battlegrounds. Just wasn't going to work. So I took a big fat boost in points, and I am happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, walked all over me with that one. Okay. Well, I may as well go ahead and get rid of this one. I'm going to play it for 1 op point, and you get to see my hand.
Oh.
Oops. There's not much to see.
Hey, and then I get to conduct a 1 op point.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
But you don't get to see much because I don't have much this round.
Dang it, you got the Egypt one. I hate the Egypt one. Yeah.
Well, let's just go ahead and regain control of Germany. Eastern Germany.
Right.
Okay. You're just gonna leave them out and open
You have
them?
to. It says reveals.
Oh.
Well-
Reveal hand this turn.
Oh, I see.
Let's see.
Doesn't the turn track move now? Or the action move?
Oh yeah, because now I get to play another.
Oh, hold on, I get
Yeah,
to
but
conduct
he
my
gets
1
to do
point
his what
op.
op.
You can go ahead and flip it though, it's fine. Alright, well, we haven't seen it yet, so I think what I'm going to do is a realignment roll. I think I'm going to try and realign Syria because I happen to control an adjacent country, so I'm going to get a bonus. Of course, you have more influence there than I do, so the bonus gets canceled, which makes it a straight roll-off, but it's still a pretty decent chance. So, there's your red dice. So we're just going to roll against each other to see if Syria will stay loyal to you. It will soundly. All right then. I thought I could talk to the Syrians, convince
Syria
them
is
U.S. We're pretty great. We have money and things, No go.
No.
Okay.
Russia strong.
So it flipped to you, so you got another card coming.
Well, I think I'll go ahead and play decolonization. I add 1 influence into any 4 African and or Southeast Asian countries.
That's a good one.
Well, I'm going to take control of Angola. And I will take control of Nigeria. And I will take control of Vietnam. And I will take control of Laos / Cambodia.
Interesting. Okay. So, it's really, really stupidly unlikely, but I'm a gambling man, so I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to use nuclear test ban for op points. I'm going to attempt a coup on East Germany.
Oh my.
Well,
Shut up. It could happen. So, if we remember from the intro, the way a coup is going to work, we take the influence value of the country, which is 3, and double it to 6. I am going to roll my dice and add the operations value of my card. So 4 plus whatever I roll. If I exceed his 6, I get to take out his influence for each point I exceed it by. And if he runs out of influence, I get to start adding my own, which is pretty sweet. So if I can roll a 6, things will be awesome. Oh, neat.
Or
Another one. Terrific.
doesn't the DEFCON status drop
Yes,
for the coup?
I attempted to coup a battleground country, so we degrade the DEFCON, and I conducted a military operation, so I get to move up on that track. Boo. All I had to do was roll a 3. I had a 66% chance. Arg.
Percentages.
Stupid dice.
Don't we flip the thingy now? Or does he get to play?
No, oh no, that was my response to his, so yes.
Right.
It was flip. Right. So what's it gonna be?
isn't it you? That was your response
Oh,
to mine.
right. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, just to show that I never learn, I'm gonna try that again.
Alright.
Shut up. I just have to roll a 4. Whoa!
You did.
Screw you, East Germany.
You dropped me down to a 2.
Yeah, shut up. I don't care. It was fun. And I wanted to show people coups. And plus, I'm screwing up the DEF CON and getting myself military operations. What?
Oh, hold on a second. You can't do that
Why not?
because there's no
Oh,
coup
you're
of
right. I
realignment.
couldn't have done the
Oh,
second
snap.
one.
You
Yep,
can
yep,
only do
yep.
one. So why don't you take that back and decide what you want to
Or
do.
realignment attempts.
Yep.
Attempts.
Okay. I'll just use it for op points, and I'll actually do something that's more dangerous to him anyways. I'm going to pay 2 influence to put 1 guy in East Germany, and then since he no longer has control at that point, since he no longer exceeds the combined number by 3, the second influence I add will only cost me 1. So basically, since I have 2 there, he now needs 3 plus 2 to control it. See, it's actually more dangerous to him. I just wanted to show you guys coups and things like that. Yeah. And it gives me more of a foothold in the territory, which is always nice. Because controlling all the battlegrounds, win condition. Though France is frickin' impossible to hold on to. Stupid Dick Gall. What?
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this for the op points. The U.S. gets to add sufficient influence to one of the 4 listed
Romania,
to
Bulgaria,
equal
Hungary.
mine.
Oh my goodness. What do we have here? Yugoslavia, meh. Romania is not a bad one. Bulgaria, Hungary. Let's see what we got. Bulgaria, you have nothing. Hungary, you have nothing. Czechoslovakia, you have 1. So Romania seems the logical choice. Yeah, give me some of that sweet, sweet Europe, Eric. Give it to me.
I'm going to regain control of East Germany.
What?
Turn flips and it becomes my action again. And then alright, I'm going to play the Indo-Pakistani War, and I control, I'm going to choose India to get invaded, and I control the surrounding countries that are nearest it. So,
Well, except Burma.
well, what it says is the adjacent countries. Roll 1 die and subtract
Yeah,
1
Burma's
for every
adjacent.
opponent-controlled country adjacent to the target of invasion, which you don't control.
Mhm.
Player victory on modified die roll 4 to 6.
Okay.
So, which I don't get any victory effects, but I do get to add 2 to my military ops track.
And also, a war, I believe, degrades the DEF CON. I could be crazy on that, but
That one I'm not
think,
sure of.
I believe that war cards degrade the DEF CON. Oh, is it my card?
It would be your card now.
I'm going to go ahead and discard Korean War for a space race roll. It's a 2 ops 1 to 3. So, let's see what I get. Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Racing in space and do 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 do.
I'm whooping my booty at it.
do.
Alright, so that flips over and it's your card again.
Laika's in a kennel in Siberia. We have Arnold, the American dog. Do we have American Bulldog? That'll work.
I gotta get going.
Okay. Well, so, you know, I would love to keep this going, but I have a feeling you guys don't want to watch 2 hours worth of gameplay for Twilight Struggle, especially played poorly because we're focusing on speed as opposed to quality of play. So, why don't we get on over to the summary and say some vaguely opinionated words.